And just want to thank those of you who are on the call and able to attend this morning to learn about one of the enhancements that we're making to the value that we provide in the Medicare space with a new lead platform. LeadStar Marketplace is an excellent lead generating tool that can provide various sorts of leads, anything from simple as age leads that cost very little to live Medicare transfers to your phone that are around. We'll discuss pricing and whatnot throughout this presentation. And I also want to let you know that those who are on the call today will be eligible for a drawing of $200 to start off in your LeadStar Marketplace account. So at the conclusion of that, after the presentation is over, I will choose one of the broker to receive that, and we'll let them know via email. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask those questions in the chat, and we can address those at the conclusion of the presentation. And I do want to introduce Megan Guido with LeadStar Marketplace, who will make the presentation this morning and show you how it works. So Megan, take it away. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Like he said, my name is Megan Guido. Thank you everyone for joining today. I'm the Affiliate Relations and Quality Assurance Manager with LeadStar Marketplace. I'm here with Max Wilder. He's representing our partner, Sales River, who does kind of all the technology behind our platform. And before I pass it off to him to discuss how to actually purchase leads, how to set up campaigns and manage your leads and all that good stuff, we're going to talk a little bit about the different types of leads that we offer and their pricing. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. And if you don't mind just muting your microphone during the presentation until you have a question, so we don't have a ton of background noise on the recording. Thank you. Okay. Can everyone see my screen okay? Cool. All right, so first we're going to start off with inbound calls. Now, these are generated whenever a consumer dials a number that is directly displayed on an advertisement. That may be a TV ad, a digital ad, or maybe even a direct mail piece. And upon answering that call, you'll be connected directly to the consumer. There's no middleman at all. Like our live transfers that we're going to go into, there's no call center representative. It is one of our highest intent leads because that consumer is actually dialing the number. It is 100% consumer generated, and there's no one in the middle. You'll be the first person that lead will speak with. And for Medicare, those are $60, and for final expense, those are $48. Next, we have live transfers. This is kind of our most popular lead that we offer. For Medicare, which I believe this group is doing, right now they're converting at an $185 CPA, about a 22% conversion rate, which is really, really great. And those are generated by a call center representative outbound dialing to a consumer who has requested to be contacted, probably by interacting with one of our online advertisements, like most of the leads we offer are generated. And once, or the call center will call them. Once they answer, they will confirm their interest and then transfer them over to you, who has indicated to them that they are available for a call. And from there, the transfer agent will drop off the phone, and you will be able to complete the sale on your own. And for Medicare, those are $42. We have ACA in this lead type for $60, and we also have final expense for $39. Next, we have real-time exclusive leads. These are our data leads. They're generated on the internet, mostly by a Google ad, a landing page, maybe even a Facebook ad. And whenever a prospect in your area that you select responds to one of those advertisements, they will be sent to your campaign in real time within minutes, and they will be completely exclusive to you. All of our leads on the platform, excluding the aged leads, are completely exclusive to you. They're not resold. And once they'll land in your account with the name, the email address, the home address and the phone number. And from there, you can reach out to contact your lead. And for Medicare, those are $15. And for final expense, those are $12. Now, lastly, we have age leads, which Rob mentioned. And these are located in our marketplace. They're aged leads that you can purchase on demand from our existing lead inventory from the real-time exclusive leads. So when I mentioned that, only the aged leads will not be exclusive to you, anytime a real-time exclusive data lead is not sold on our platform, after 30 days, they will be resold as an aged lead for really, really cheap. So they're generated exactly the same as the data leads. They're just age data leads that have already been worked once by someone on the platform. So for Medicare, they range anywhere from 90 cents to $1.50. And for final expense, they range anywhere from 40 cents to 75 cents, increasing in price as the lead gets older. So now, if no one has any questions about that specifically, we can pass it off to Max to show you how you would actually go about purchasing these on the platform.
Awesome. Thanks, Megan. It
We
does
did
say
have
I
one
need.
question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vida's asking, how are the real-time calls being recorded by the platform?
So as of right now, any outbound call you make to a lead will not be recorded. Max, that is something that will be added soon, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So we do recordings. So for the inbound calls and the live transfers that Megan mentioned, all of those will be recorded on the platform through our software. So you could take these calls on just your standard cell phone or work phone, and you won't need any third-party softwares or anything attached, because our system will record those calls and they'll store them in the platform for you. You'll have access to those forever. Now, as Megan was mentioning, for our leads, you will need, we don't have a way to record those for right now, but we are working on a software update that will have a feature that you'll be able to utilize, calling your outbound or dialing your outbound leads and recording those. But for now, it's just for those inbounds and transfers, which we'll get into here a little bit more in a minute. Megan, I don't have screen sharing enabled.
Here we go.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay, cool. I got it. Awesome. So can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So I am going to go over just the platform and how everything works. Like Megan said, my name's Max. I work for a company called Sales River, and we're the technology partner with AmeriLife to build out this LeadStar Marketplace platform for agents just like yourselves who want to have a platform that you can go in and just purchase calls and leads at your convenience. So I'm going to show you guys how to set up a call campaign and a lead campaign. So those are going to be our two main ways of getting calls and leads into the platform. So through campaigns. So I'll first show you guys the lead campaign, and then I'll show you guys the call campaign. There is a difference. And the main one there is going to be in the way that you target the leads. So starting with leads, you'll select what your desired product is. So I'll just go with Medicare because I know we have AEP coming up here soon. So Medicare, you see it's a $15 lead. And so now you're going to set up your targeting method. So what this means is this is just going to be where your leads come from. So for leads, for a lead campaign, you can only target a single state. So our company is based out of Kentucky, so I'll just select that. So if I hit next here, I would be targeting the entire state of Kentucky. So I'm opening myself up to receiving leads from anywhere in the state. You can see here that I can get more specific and select a county. So that way I would only be receiving leads from a specific county. Or I can click over here and I can switch it to a radius. And then I would only be receiving leads from a specific radius. And you can change your mileage here as well. So I can make that smaller. I can make that bigger. I do want to point out, you see my radius goes into other states here. I will only receive leads from the state I'm targeting. So the main thing here to remember is just that lead campaigns will only target a single state. If you want to receive leads from multiple states, you'll just have to set up multiple campaigns. So I will go ahead and click next here. So now you can select the maximum number of leads you want to receive in a single day. So this is not 100% guarantee. We do work with really awesome lead partners that we have, we have publishers that reach across, all 50 states. So we typically will hit your maximum number. As long as you're not targeting, a really small county that doesn't have a ton of population. But, you can make this number, whatever you want. This is just the number. Once you hit this number, the system will not send you any more leads for the day. So you can kind of just get some control here. So I'll select 10. And then you just can review everything and launch your campaign. You'll see there is a $250 minimum to launch the campaign. So you'll just make sure that that is in the system. You'll hit launch. I'm not actually going to launch this campaign just because I already have one set up that I'll show you guys here in a minute. But you would just put your card information in here. You can turn on auto recharge. This is not required, but it is helpful. So, if your account balance would fall below a certain amount, it'll add more money to it for you. And that way you can just continually receive leads. And then you can just go in and pause your campaign whenever you want to stop receiving leads. So say I launched this campaign, I want 10 leads per day. Maybe I've received 5 leads and I just want to pause my campaign and wait till tomorrow to turn it back on. No problem, you can do that. So I'll show you over here at the campaigns tab. This is where all your campaigns will live. So you'll be able to pause and unpause your campaigns from here. So that's a lead campaign. And now I'm going to show you guys a call campaign, and then I'll show you all where all your leads will go once you start receiving leads. So now I'm selecting live calls instead of the real-time exclusive leads. And again, I'll select those Medicare inbounds that Megan was just talking about, completely consumer generated. They're responding to an advertisement online, dialing a phone number, and then that phone number will get forwarded to your phone. So you'll just receive a call, you'll answer it, and you'll be able to work that lead. So this is the main difference here between the call and lead campaign setup, is you can select as many states as you're licensed in. So if you're licensed in 20 states, go ahead and fill all of them out here, because that's going to just make it to where you're going to receive a higher amount of call volume. So fill out all the states you're licensed in here. And then, as I was saying earlier, this should be, either your personal cell phone number or a work phone or a number that just goes directly to you. No recordings beforehand. That just will confuse the system, and it might jeopardize you actually receiving the call. So just put a number that goes directly to you here, and this is the number that all of your calls will be sent to. And then again, just like before, you will just launch this campaign from here. And once you launch it, it'll be available to you right here. So for call campaigns, probably the most important part is what I'm about to share. So when you turn your call campaign on, you'll see here, I just activated this call campaign. You see this purple bar pop up. It says waiting for a Medicare inbound call. So if I can see this purple bar at the bottom of my screen, that means I'm good to go to start receiving calls. So from here, I can open up a different tab. I can do different things on my computer, but I just have to make sure this window is open and this bar is popped up at the bottom of the screen. As long as that's there, then you're open to receiving calls. And then when you're ready to stop receiving calls, you just hit active and you pause your campaign. And now your call campaign is paused until you're ready to start receiving calls again. So I just walked through the campaign setup for a real-time exclusive lead and for a live call campaign. This campaign tab, you can see all your campaigns here. You can fill out you can edit. So like maybe you get licensed in a different state, you can go in and edit your targeting method there, so you can fill out multiple states. Was there a question?
Yeah, how often can someone that's receiving leads, how often can they expect their phone to ring, like within an hour, I guess? Like, is
Yeah.
there an expectation?
Yeah, so that'll just depend on your, the hours of availability. We definitely have, busier hours or in that 9 to 5, Monday through Friday time frame. And it'll also depend on how many states you're licensed in. But if you have a good list of states that you're licensed in, you should be able to receive a pretty steady flow of calls. So, I would say, anywhere from just depending on how many calls you're answering, you could receive up to, 3 to 5 in an hour. It just depends. It's kind of a case by case basis there.
And can you run multiple campaigns at the same time? Like, so if you're licensed in multiple states, can you be active, say in Kentucky, and then active in Ohio at the same time?
So for calls, you would just fill out all your states in one campaign. For leads, yes, you can have multiple, because remember the lead campaigns target a single state. So if I wanted a Kentucky, a Georgia, a South Carolina, I could have all 3 of those campaigns turned on at once, all sending me leads at the same time. For call campaigns, you would really only need one campaign set up per product. So this Medicare inbound call campaign, I could have as many states in here as I'm licensed in. So I would just, right now it's just targeting Kentucky. Well, I'll go in and edit it, and I'll add, maybe I just got my license in some different states, so I want to add those. I'll hit confirm. I will launch those changes. Now my call campaign is set up in those states as well. So now I'm good to go there. So that's setting up your call campaigns and your lead campaigns. Now I'm going to show you guys the built-in CRM that we have for all of your call campaigns to live. So you see here we have, this is your My Leads page. So all calls and leads are going to go directly into your My Leads page. So you'll see here, you can click in, you can look at the specific information that came with your call or lead. For calls, you'll have a recording. So I know we mentioned this, all your calls will be recorded right here. You can download that recording to your desktop or laptop computer, and it'll save it right there. So you'll always have access to this recording here. From this page, you see here all these statuses. So this is a super important part, is updating the disposition statuses of your leads. That helps us, see how the leads are performing, and we can optimize with our publishers on the back end to make sure that good calls and leads are coming in. So make sure you're updating your statuses as well. And yeah, you'll have full access here. So see, this is just a lead, so there's no recording here, but you can see a campaign timeline. You can add notes. So I can just click this and I can add a note here, save, and then you'll see that note pops up in my campaign timeline right there. So it's a really, built out cohesive system for you to work your leads and your calls, and finally your aged leads. So that'll be here under Marketplace. And here you can just purchase age data. So I can select the product. So let's say I want Medicare. And let's say I want to target Louisiana. And you see here, we have them tiered. So as Megan said, these leads at one time were in a real-time exclusive lead campaign. They were in there for 30 days and they did not get sold. So then they get put into the marketplace to be resold one time and one time only. So if you were working a lead and you changed that status to sale, it's not going to move into the marketplace. It'll stop right there at that consumer. So here, you'll just be able to purchase those leads that did not get sold, as you see here, at an extremely low price. So you'll be able to just go in, purchase these, add to your cart. There is a minimum purchase order of $50 here. So you would just have to have $50 worth of leads, add it to your cart, and then they would all go directly into your My Leads page here. So you could go in and get them from here. There's a CSV button here, so you can download your My Leads page at any time. You can organize them by date purchased or product or name, as you see here, and you also can filter them if you're searching for a specific lead. So that is a high-level overview of the platform. We have the campaigns, which are the call campaigns and the lead campaigns. Those are your main ways of receiving calls and leads into calls directly to your cell phone so you can answer, and leads would go directly into the platform. Another thing I didn't mention, you'll receive a text message and an email every time you receive one of those real-time exclusive leads, just so you can work them extremely quickly. So those will come in and you'll be able to receive those texts immediately, so you can work those quickly. So yeah, I believe that covers everything. And if there are any questions or anything, I'd be happy to answer.
A couple of questions here. Could you review the part about downloading the calls, or is the agent responsible for downloading the calls, or does the platform store them automatically?
The platform will store them automatically. We just have a feature that you can download the call if you need to, but you don't need to download the calls. You will have access to, once you create a campaign with us, and you will have access to your call forever once you start receiving a call from us. So you'll be able to access that call directly onto the platform.
And then when selecting a radius to get leads from, is that centered around a specific zip code, or how is that?
Yeah, so that's going to be however you want to set it. So I can go back there. So, first, you don't have to set it. You can just target a state and then a specific county if you wanted to do it that way. Or you can switch and target a radius and see here, it says search for a city, county, or zip code. So I could type in, a city here. So if I wanted to target Tampa, Florida, then I could just type in the city, or I could type in a county or a zip code, and you can change the radius as well. So 15-mile radius around Tampa, Florida. So if I went ahead and did that, then that's going to be my radius. I also don't know if I mentioned this when I was going through it, but you can exclude zip codes as well. So I can check this box and I can fill out any zip codes. Maybe there's some areas I don't want to go to, if I ended up booking an appointment, I didn't want to get a client from a specific zip code. So you can enter zip codes here as well to make it more personal.
Do you find that you have more successful campaigns targeting maybe turning 65 or dual eligible, or maybe 70 and up? Is there a campaign that you've seen that's worked more successful than others?
Yeah.
So sorry. The only Medicare campaign that we have is a Medicare Advantage campaign. Now, most of the time, those individuals are going to come in dual eligible. That's just something that you're going to have to discuss with them once they get to you. But they're definitely going to already have Medicare Parts A and B. That's part of the qualification. And then anything else from there, you're welcome to sell accordingly. But the only campaign that we do have is the Medicare Advantage calls and leads. But those are the best performing leads on the platform, specifically the live transfers. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the call, the conversion is around 22% with an $185 CPA, and that's life to date, not even just cherry picking AEP. So you can imagine what your numbers would be like during AEP if you're using a really good sales process and, working the leads properly. No. So just responding to this question here, with the new scope rule, are we going to have to do the intake on the initial call and then have the real appointment 48 hours later? No. So number one, the inbound calls are consumer generated, and that rule does not apply to any consumer generated calls. So you definitely do not have to do that on the inbound call. And AmeriLife's current interpretation of the rules states that live transfers are fine as well. We've had, legal and compliance working on that for a very, very long time, and they're pretty confident that, the live transfers will be viable and not subject to that 48-hour rule as well, which is really, really good news. And obviously, you guys are an AmeriLife agency, so we just recommend to abide by what AmeriLife is telling us to do, which is that those calls do not fall under that 48-hour rule.
And can you review the process of how we go about our producers getting access to the platform?
Yeah, I actually was gonna drop the sign up link in the chat here. That is the link to create your LeadStar Marketplace account. I just put it in the chat. Let me know if you can't see it or anything, but all you have to do is click that link and then you'll be directed to the page where you sign up, and that will allow you to reside under the KAFL organization, and you'll be included in all the reporting metrics and whatnot for your group. So just use that link to sign up and then you're good to go. We do have a policy where you have to make a purchase every 45 days to remain active, but if you start receiving emails that, you haven't made a purchase and you're going to get deactivated, don't worry. You can just, whenever you're ready to purchase, you can just email me or the email displayed on the actual homepage, and you can get turned back on. But other than that, just use
Are
that
there
link.
requirements for the brokers to have at least one contract or through the AmeriLife hierarchy?
Yeah, but you guys are all fine because you're with KAFL, but we are specifically just for AmeriLife agents.
There are a few, yeah, okay, so excellent. I will go about sending out that link to people who want access to it, who are not on this call, and also be following up with those who are to ask any additional questions and what campaigns you might be interested in launching. And also, we do have access here at KAFL, I believe, to be able to add funds to accounts. So there will be co-oping available for producers who meet production requirements. And so is there an opportunity for that, Megan, for me to be able to fund certain accounts if I were to, like, for this $200 in lead credits I want to provide? Can I put that into a specific advisor's account, or do I just we just reimburse them? How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, you can do either or. It'd be up to your discretion. If you do it through me, you would just pay via an invoice. And if you, if you want to do the reimbursement,
something about the leads.
that's fine as well.
Thank you.
So we're looking at the Rob Downey?
No, the one below, two below, from Robbie. That one. The
Yeah,
only time I
that's
purchased.
actually Robbie Downey.
Oh, yeah.
Purchased a lead. The lady was a bit nutty and told me later her family was stealing the horses. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about
Thanks,
that,
Robbie.
but in situations like that, yeah, you can get a refund, but automatic refunds will be issued if the call is extremely short, or if, the lead came in from outside of the area that you're licensed in that you selected, that's totally fine. And then everything else will be reviewed on a case-by-case basis, and you can submit your requests in the email that's on the account as well. But something like that is very strange.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
And just to chime in on that too, we have a really great support team here at LeadStar as well. And we, on the platform, on the left side of the screen is our support email. So please feel free to reach out to us there. And our support team is really great at reviewing calls, reviewing leads, and hearing situations like this and being able to respond in a timely manner. So definitely reach out to the support team for them to review calls and leads if you need to.
So if nobody has any further questions, I just want to thank Megan and Max for your time this morning and presenting this. We are very excited at KAFL to be able to offer this to our our producers, and please feel free to reach out to me with any questions, and glad to be of any assistance, and hope everybody has a great rest of your day and is busy at work at getting ready for AEP. So thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you guys, and I'll send you the recording, Rob.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.